So most criticism of Hasan goes something like, he's a hypocritical private jet using, Gucci enjoying, sports car kink having,
Pussy.
West Hollywood mansion-ass champagne socialist.
I'm a communist with a Gucci bag.
Or maybe people just point to some of his insane clips over the years.
You said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Yeah.
This dude just called babies militants.
Yeah, kill them.
There are baby settlers as well. There are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut.
I'm sorry, that's kind of funny. Yeah, she was a child. Or they might point to his shallow, buzzword-filled, I'm 14 and this is deep type analysis.
Culture used to be the backbone of the resistance. All it seeks to do is sedate the masses. Kardashians are lying to you.
So I think there's some stuff here that's pretty valid criticism and some that's less so, but none of this was ever really that compelling to me. Like, I never really hated Hasan until relatively recently. Now I very much do, because I now think this is legit not a good person. He's an energy vampire. He gives me the ick. And what nailed that coffin for me was watching him debate. Like this recent debate he had with a chatter of his who called him out for doing lazy React content. Now, for the purpose of this video, I don't care what you think about lazy non-transformative reactions. I mean, it's definitely exploitative and definitely indefensible for a so-called socialist. But hey, for this it doesn't matter. I'm not bitter. Ignore that. I just want you to focus on just purely how he debates. This takes a bit of time to get going, but a few minutes in, it should become clear just what a freak Hasan is.
Leftism is when you don't watch YouTube videos. You're correct. Go on.
No, okay, anyways. You also don't like it when workers are being exploited, and that is what is happening in my opinion, right? So that's, first off, I just want to clarify that. Now, to the point that...
Again, that is a presumption that you have.
Yeah, I know, I agree, I
underlying
absolutely agree. I'm not saying
that's with an underlying premise that you have yet to prove, but I have actually shown you
you asked me why I have an issue with it, but wait, that's what I was gonna go into explaining it.
I know, but I want you to explore it a little bit further, because the presumption that you have...
Okay, it may not seem like much yet with the evidence I've shown, but Hasan is an obnoxious railroader. He does not give his debate opponents a moment to breathe. And if it's like once in a while, that's understandable. But it's such a repeated thing with him. Like, this was right at the start. The guy hasn't even gotten to make a point yet, and Hasan's already just shadowboxing.
By reacting to that person, you are stealing from the wider market, because you're sucking the eyeballs that could have been anywhere else on the market, and you're putting them onto you.
Okay, I just need to lay the table and do some setup for a minute here. The chatter makes the point that when lazily reacting, when freebooting, Hasan is not just stealing from that one individual content creator, he's stealing from the wider market of original content creators as a whole, because this is a competitive space with finite impressions and finite viewer hours. So Hasan correctly and astutely counters this by saying, hey, I will have some amount of viewers no matter what I do. If I just start streaming, I will have some viewers. Am I stealing in that case?
I'm sucking the eyeballs away from the market anytime I stream, even if I'm not watching
Maybe
the
that
video
was
or not.
a stupid way of wording it. I apologize, but yes.
No, I'm sucking the eyeballs away from other people because time is finite. Obviously, there is not.
Yes, exactly.
So what you're saying quite literally works with just me streaming, even if I'm not watching a YouTube video. Do you understand?
So Hasan asks, do you understand? And the guy tries to answer by saying, hey, but you're making original content, which is okay. But Hasan just doesn't let that happen.
Do you understand? The only zero
yes, but then you're creating original content.
Yeah,
that's
every
the
time I
difference.
stream,
You're not
right now
stealing
when you're
content
talking to
from
me.
someone else.
Right now when you're talking to me, there's 23,000 people watching this conversation. Those are
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
23,000 eyeballs that could be watching anything else.
Yeah, just keep going, bro. We really need to hear you say the same point again and again.
So the harm
but
that you're presenting,
creating original content right now. I don't have an issue with that.
No. But the harm that you're presenting here exists even in this circumstance. If you perceive that to be harm at all.
Okay, the reason I'm nitpicking like this is I just want to make it clear just how hard it is for someone to make a point when they're talking to Hasan. So the guy tries to say the difference is when you're not reacting, you're making original content. The point being that you're competing fairly with your own work. Okay, now this is where it ramps up. You might be thinking, okay, nothing too bad so far. Now watch just how many times Hasan fails to take in the point that this guy is trying to make.
When I hit live, I'm stealing viewers by your assessment. You're not consistent in your logic. Do you understand?
The problem I'm having is that you are taking the content that is high quality.
If I have 0 viewers, then it's ethical. If I have 1 viewer, then it's unethical because I'm, by the virtue of me streaming, I'm stealing a viewer that would be somewhere else.
That is correct.
Okay, do you not understand why this is like fundamentally flawed, like the way that you're presenting this argument? Because the only way to basically do the ethical thing in your circumstance is to just never stream. Is to just.
This is truly incredible. He's still going, by the way. He's still yapping, just reiterating the same point the entire ramble. The other guy has just gone completely silent.
And many content creators don't see it as a zero-sum game because there's a shit ton of hours in the day. And people benefit from that. It's a mutually beneficial.
I agree.
Oh, wait, hold on. You might think this beta cuck might finally get to make a point. His Discord indicator is lighting up. His time has come. He's going to speak.
I agree that there's a shit ton of hours in the day, but there's still a finite hours.
There's no difference whether I have a guest on. There's no difference
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
I'm still stealing people's.
Just ramble, bro. Just keep rambling them into submission. You don't have to hear what anyone else has to say. Like, I don't know. I think this is an insane way to conduct yourself for a normal person. But for a professional pundit, someone who has done loads of debates over the years, it is truly, like, mind-blowing to me. I'm not saying he has to agree, but he's not even trying to understand and have, like, a conversation, a normal human conversation. It's funny for someone who, like, derides debate bros so much, which is fine. I think you can have legitimate, like, grievances with debates. You know, live debates can be an issue at some time. But Hasan is, like, the best example why that is the case. He's, like, the worst debater of all time. And by that, I don't mean, like, he's, like, stupid or illogical. No, I mean he's a dickhead. He just tries to overwhelm the other person just by talking over and over and over. I could keep going with examples from just this one debate, but it's not just this one debate. He does this every debate. And what I think is happening is I think he just wants to talk to his audience, not the other person he's actually speaking to. Destiny actually picked up on this recently.
Okay, I'm getting micro triggered here. I feel like Hasan does two types of conversations, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I might just be getting micro triggered, okay? When Hasan has people on to circle jerk him, he is there and he's like asking questions kind of so that he can say what he believes and they can say things that he believes as well. And then he just kind of circle jerks. And then when he has adversarial conversations, he's not really like talking to the person or paying attention. He's like kind of talking at the audience. And like the whole time the person's talking, he's not even really listening or watching the person. He's just like looking at chat and laughing at this person the whole fucking time.
100%. Now, he doesn't do this all of the time, but he does it enough that it's really annoying. Hasan is only concerned with how he comes across and whether he's signaling the right things to his audience. Now, you might think, hey, you're psychoanalyzing too much here. No, I don't think so. There have been too many signs over the years. Hasan is super concerned with how people view him and he will trample over others. And you know what? This may sound harsh, but I genuinely think he lacks empathy. Like, empathy is the bedrock of having a good conversation. And it's not like this is the first time he's shown that he lacks this trait either. Like, how about when he laughed at a cop screaming in agony when she was shot?
Oh my God! Watch out! Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Oh God! Are you okay?
Echo 71081.
Now, to be fair, his claim is that this was just a funny situation. A cop shooting another cop when they meant to shoot the dog attacking her, she didn't die. It's just a comedy of errors, guys. That's funny, right? Now, maybe I'm just a softy empath, but hearing a human being emit this blood-curdling scream in pain, she's probably scared out of her mind. Now, somehow my first instinct would not be to laugh like a hyena as I'm hearing her shriek. I think a big part of this is the signaling to his audience. Hey, look how incompetent and funny cops are. Cops bad. A cop in pain is funny.
God, I love, dude. Fuck, man. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, MBs, that's your tax dollars at play, okay?
Or you know what? You know in his recent drama where he said streaming is hard or whatever and everyone freaked out? Well, Ludwig, his friend, covered that drama and he was quite fair. You know, he showed all the necessary context. But Hasan whined about it like a little baby because I guess Ludwig didn't slobber his knob enough.
It just annoys me because, like, it's such a fake fucking thing to do. That's so fucking dumb. Oh my God.
You should call Hasan and apologize. Why is Hasan mad? What did I do?
To the point where, and this is speculation, but I think Ludwig was basically pressured into taking it down and re-uploading it. And the gall to do that after he threw Ethan to the wolves in his audience.
Do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
I have no responsibility. I can't do anything about that.
I just opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now. The reason why people are saying that is because
Oh,
of
no.
the conflations that you made, Ethan. That's why. Like,
How about when he didn't pay a guy who did edits for his YouTube channel? Sure, that guy should have explicitly worked out a deal and talked to Hasan, but it's unbelievable for a socialist to not even consider offering payment. Someone whose whole worldview is about how workers are exploited. Like, I'm telling you, this guy just tramples over others. Like, this whole person is a LARP. Why is he wearing this Arab scarf thing at a protest? Why the fuck are you a Turkish American? What is this? Like, if this was related to some Indian injustice, would he wear a sari or something? Like, come on. Or how about this macho act he put on in this interview, LARPing as this guy who's super open to criticism?
I've gotten numb to the criticism. Like, it's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it.
When that has never been his thing. And he knows that. We all know that. Ugh. Anyway, my point is, the thing he primarily cares about is how he comes across and how much he can signal the right things to his extremist audience. That's why he struggles to bite bullets on his positions. It's why he struggles to listen and understand other people. It's why he has such a short fuse in terms of how much charity he gives other people and their point of view. Like, how he debated this guy wasn't even the worst part of that stream. He said this right after.
I'll break it down. This is the last thing I'm going to say before the top of the hour ad break. There are two ways that people can draw a broader audience. You can either collaborate with a content creator by making a negative video about them to draw traffic to your own video or your own channel, which is what Darkviper AU does, because he is a person who is, you know, kind of insane and also impossible to enjoy the content of otherwise. Or you can have a positive relationship and collaborate by watching their YouTube videos or having those people on and talking to them on stream and promoting their content. It all comes down to the same bullshit though.
Like, this was such a glimpse into his clout poisoned mind, because how he found success was by snaking into Destiny's orbit, and through that getting on all these Twitch shows and leeching.
Say hello to goodbye, 'cause it's gone forever.
Unironically, he had zero viable content outside of collaborations and reactions. And he's wrong. Most people don't gain their following this way. They usually gain it by making content that is algorithmically viable. Collaborations and stuff can help, for sure. It's just not how most people initially make their name. Darkviper AU is not primarily a drama guy. The vast majority of his views comes through GTA content. By doing this, he's just purely poisoning the well to not address arguments. I'm disgusted by this man, honestly. Like, when I judge a person, it's about scale and volume. Because everyone can be bad faith sometimes. You might be really excited about a topic. You might be really passionate about it. You might end up talking over someone. Maybe you're just in a bad mood, whatever, it can happen. Like, I've called out Destiny for a couple of things like this. With Hasan though, this is not a pattern he sometimes kind of falls into. This is just how he operates as a standard. This just seems to be who he is. He cannot listen to someone with an opposing point of view. Not really, not actually listen. And that's a cancer on the world. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Alright, I guess that's it. Just a pure hater video. To be a bit kinder, I don't think Hasan has to be a bad person. Obviously, I don't think that of anyone. But I really don't think this online Twitch streaming space is good for him, and I think he is bad for the space. I don't think he is equipped. He's not a good person to be leading, like, a generation of political thought. You know, to go all Peterson for a second, he doesn't have his house in order. Someone who's that, like, emotionally dysregulated, someone who cannot have conversations, someone who is that much of a baby, cannot be in that position. There's like a fundamental issue in how content creation is rewarded, especially for streaming, but even YouTube nowadays. It's like just the being online the longest and pumping out as much content as possible is like the best way to grow. And there's something fundamentally wrong with that. It doesn't select for like good people or good content. I don't know. Anyway, just a rambling video. Hopefully my next one will be a bit more substantive, less of a pure hater thing. All right, see you then. Peace.